We're back, we're racing, and you join us for the VFL series. This is the GP3 Championship, and this is the Russian Grand Prix. So as you can see, we're just finishing a wet qualifying session. Dan has got the pole position, myself in P2, Ricciardo P3. Let's look at the championship. You can see Ricciardo's running away with it, scrubbing P2, Golden Egg Fryer ourselves. Then we've got the Haas's of Immortal and Dan as well. So Dan is really marching up the order at the minute. He's got pole position here, and we're getting ready to go racing. So we've got the red lights coming up. We've got 5 red lights. And away we go for the Russian Grand Prix. It's a good start off the front row here. We're going to have to really nail it going down into turn 1. We're trying to get underneath Dan here, get a bit of a slipstream, but we've got Ricciardo up alongside us to the outside. We're going to have to watch out for him. We've got red arrows going down into turn 1. We're going to have to brake nice and early, but Dan broke a bit earlier than I thought. We had to try and take some avoiding action, and that's allowed Ricciardo through on the second corner of this Grand Prix. So as we can see here, lights out, off board. There was some real carnage at the back of the order. The safety car has been deployed on the opening sequence of corners. So going down into turn 1, all clean at the front. We can see at the back we've got our teammate off into the barrier. We've also got a Mercedes. We've got a Red Bull there. And some really unfortunate starts to the race for you chaps. Very sorry to hear that. Let us know what happened to you exactly. Of course, there was a lot of incidents reported after this one, but we're getting ready to go racing once again on the end of lap 3, so we're not going to get racing until actually lap 4 of this Grand Prix, and we're sitting in third. We've got Slay behind us, showing some really good pace this weekend, so congratulations for stepping up there, Slay. So showing some real good potential there. So getting ready to go racing once again. We're going to try and stay with Ricciardo because we know this guy's got a lot of pace. It just shows from the points tally in this championship. So if we can stay with him, we've got a good shout trying to win this Grand Prix. And we get a good safety car restart going down into 1. We're right there with Ricciardo. Dan's managed to pull away a bit, got a good restart there. And we do cut the corner slightly, giving us another warning. So coming further through on lap 4, we've had a great middle sector, and we're getting up. We just go up on the curb slightly there, and we get a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. So that's our first penalty of the Grand Prix. We've got a virtual safety car deployed on lap 7, just starting lap 8 of the Grand Prix, and it's just ending now. We're going to get a fairly decent restart here and close a bit of the gap ahead of us. The cars ahead are starting to fight now. Ricciardo's fighting for the lead with Dan. He's closed the gap, and yeah, this is really helping us try and claw them in further into this race. We've got Rogue now past Slay behind us as well, and as you can see, going into start lap 10, Rogue is right with us now, and you can see the cars ahead of us fighting. Dan slipped down into position 2. Ricciardo's taken the lead, but he does have a few penalties to my knowledge. So moving into the end of lap 10 now, Rogue is right with us. He's going to be in the DRS firing line, coming across the line here. What's it going to be going down into turn 1? He's quite close to us here. He's going to get the move done surely. He's slipping away a bit actually. We get a good purchase out of the corner. So we're going to have to be a bit defensive going down into turn 1 if we're going to have to hang on to this. So we go to the inside here, show him the outside. We get on the brakes fairly late, and yeah, get the corner done, and that's our position. As you can see, Dan up ahead. He's right up behind Ricciardo, putting some pressure on him, and we've got some good racing going on right here. So on lap 11 of this Grand Prix, currently third, but coming under pressure from Rogue, who's showing some really good pace. So we're going to dive into the pits on lap 13 of this Grand Prix. We didn't want the undercut of Rogue, so we've pitted now, and we're going to get onto the medium tyre and go to the end of this Grand Prix. So what's the pit stop going to be? Coming out just behind Dan, and as you can see, the McLaren has just got ahead of us off road there, and we've had to the CPU has slowed us down there, so we're not inside each other. Coming out of the pits here, we're going to come out. Slade just coming up the pit straight here, so we're going to have to make it a real quick one going down into turn 2. And going down into turn 2, we're going to manage to hang on to that position. So we come out P5 after the pit stops. There is a couple of cars ahead of us which do have to stop, remember. On lap 14 of this Grand Prix, going to the end now, no more scheduled pit stops, and looking like a good race. We need to try and catch up to the back of Rogue, who's come out of the pits like a bullet and showing some excellent pace at the minute. He's already caught up to the back of Dan, I do believe, and yeah, Ricciardo at this point really had a good margin, and he needed it as well because he does have time penalties, and this safety car has pretty much thrown Ricciardo's race in the bin and handed it almost to Dan at this point. So as you can see, safety car is deployed, and yeah, we're all gonna have to bunch up again once more. So we're getting ready to go racing at the end of lap 17, starting 18. and we're in position 4 at the minute. What we're going to get at the end of this race, we do hope for a podium, and we're going to have to battle and try and prize it off Rogue up ahead of us. We can see we did start to go there, and then there was a little brake check there, which did have a bit of a domino effect behind us, as we believe. And we started again racing on lap 18 of the Grand Prix, and we're in position 4. Going down into turn 1, we don't have the best of toes going down there, so we're not going to be able to make a move, but we are gaining slightly on Rogue just up ahead. Just trying to keep it smooth, consistent, and minimize any of our penalties throughout this Grand Prix, because it's so easy to get around this circuit. It does entice you to try and cut the corner at every opportunity, but if you do that, you will get multiple penalties, which a lot of drivers already have at this point. Slay's behind us, showing some good pace and actually putting a bit of pressure on, so good on you, Slay. And yeah, trying to catch up to the leaders. Stay with this front pack is crucial at this point now. We're going to have to use everything we've got in order to stay with them and try and win this Grand Prix. So as you can see, Ricciardo setting the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, but who's going to set it next? I wonder who. DC Rapid here with the fastest lap of the race. Good to see there, DC Rapid on lap 19 of this Grand Prix. The front pack starting to pull away a bit here, and having a bit of concern. We need them to start battling or something in order to bring us back into this race. We don't have the optimum pace of these guys in front, and we're just going to have to keep it smooth and steady. So moving in to start lap 20 of the race, we're quite a bit closer to Rogue now, and we're going to get the toe. We've got the DRS open now as well. Going down into turn 1, of course we're going to get it done now. We've got all the bells and whistles turned up. We're going to go to the inside up on turn 1, and we think better of it because we didn't really have the overlay there, so we didn't want to risk anything at this point in the race. We've only got 7 laps to go, and we don't want to put it into the wall at this point in the race. So we're going to go again, and we're going to try later on in the DRS zone, or later again on the main pit straight. So we're going to try and stay with Rogue at this point. We know he's quick, and it's going to be a difficult pass to get done. So coming in to start lap 23 of the Grand Prix, we're in a good position once again coming out the final corner. Rogue actually goes up on the grass, which is really going to compromise him in his speed there. Must have spun up the rear wheels, and we're going to get a great toe on him here. We're going to go to the outside, and we're going to get the position done before turn 2 here, and that was a pretty easy maneuver for us there. So into lap 23, we're up to P3. The leaders are out of sight at this point, and it's just a battle for the final podium step for us boys here. So as you can see, Rogue right back underneath us now, putting the pressure back on again. Really quick for that first opening sector was Rogue. I was a bit stronger in sector 2, I'd say, and the final sector is anyone. So coming down here with the DRS, going into this tight braking, we have to cut the corner slightly there. We didn't want to make any contact with Rogue. Going side by side again, coming out of this corner, some great action here, and really tight margins. We managed to come out in front just about. So coming in to start lap 24 of this Grand Prix, anyone's to have, free to go. What's it going to be? Really just hanging on in here in a minute, and we get a little love tap from Rogue into that corner. We got a couple of them off here, didn't we, Rogue? And he was lucky, it just didn't throw us off and put us into the barrier. But coming into lap 24, he's going to be with us. Of course, he's going to have the DRS going down into turn 1. Are we going to go defensive? No, we don't. I don't see the necessity to do so. So going down into turn 2 there, get the corner apex nice. Don't want any more corner cuts at this point. And we're going to ride on board a bit more for the final few laps now with this battle with Rogue. It really did spice up going into the final laps. As you can see, going down into this braking zone here, we give him the outside. He doesn't take it, he drops back in underneath us there, and we get a good purchase out of this corner. And really feeling the pressure from Rogue right now. When you've got someone that close behind you, it does throw you off because you're trying to be a bit defensive with your lines, etc. And yeah, starting to feel the pressure. Got tapped again, Tokyo drift style down here, baby. And coming into the final corner, he's going to be really close to us. We've also got a charging scrub. He's just come out of nowhere. He's pitted for the soft tyres, I think, under the safety car. He's come out like a rocket, and he's really setting quick lap times. So we're going to have Rogue challenge us down the inside of turn 2 here, and he's going to get the position done surely. Yeah, he gets the apex there, nice. Going to try and get a bit of a better exit here. Try to go up around the outside of him, but we don't have the pace to do so. We have to slot back in behind there because we've got a charging scrub, which is right up our gearbox now, and we're going to have to defend for our lives and try and attack Rogue at the same time. Not an easy feat within itself. So on lap 25 of this, it's anyone of us three for the final podium position. It's all going to come down to penalties and that kind of thing as well, which is going to be a shame. But the final laps of this Grand Prix, we're going to have an epic one. And Rogue is really setting the pace now, and we're trying to hang in there with him at this point in the race. Scrub has Scrub spent his soft tyres already, or does he have some life in them? Can he mount an attack on us for the final podium position? We know he's there in terms of the championship, and he really needs these points at this point in the series. So coming down the back straight here, we're going to get a good run on Rogue. Going down into this heavy braking zone, we could have sent it up the inside a bit more there, but he thought better of it, and we also get a warning for exceeding track limits there. Scrub looks for a manoeuvre, but thinks better of it, and it's going to be anyone's into these final laps here. As you can see, Rogue squirming a bit there on the pace, trying to get some traction there, and coming into these final few corners, going to try and get right up underneath him and get on the DRS as early as possible, try and get some momentum out this final corner. It's going to pay you back all the way down this straight. Scrub gets a bit of a hardy exit out of the final corner, thank God for that, but we're going to have a good one. We're going to get up underneath in the slipstream of Rogue, going down into turn 2. We're going to go to the inside this time. Surely we're going to get it done, and yes, we get on the brakes nice and late there, and we get the position out. Coming out of the corner, a bit of a wheel spin there, and going into the turn 3 here. We've actually got him up inside of us. It was an unexpected surprise. Rogue has slipped back through on a Rogue manoeuvre, and a good move there. Good racing from Rogue, and thoroughly enjoyed that manoeuvre. Had a big smile on my face when I saw him fly out the inside, which is not often when someone overtakes you. But going into these final laps, really enjoying the racing. Immortal with the fastest lap now. Good one, Immortal, and yeah, trying to stay on the back of him and get within him for that final lap and that final DRS. That's going to be crucial in this race now. All about the strategy. And we have lost Scrub. Sorry, I forgot to mention we have lost Scrub at this point in the Grand Prix. What happened to you, Scrub? Do let us know in the comments below. He was right with us, and I think he must have spun it or something like that. I'm not quite sure what happened there, and that's promoted Maitland now up into P4. So coming down the back straight, got the DRS enabled, and we're going to be cautious going into this braking zone. We don't need another corner cut warning. And we're going to fight again, coming into the final lap of this Grand Prix. Who's it going to be, myself or Rogue, for position 3 on the podium? It's going to be an interesting one, that's for sure. So it looks like it's going to be Ricardo up ahead of us, and Dan with the final positions, P2, P1. Coming in to start the final lap of the Grand Prix. We're in close proximity to Rogue. We can mount a challenge here, going down the start-finish straight. We get everything in overtake, rich revs. We've got DRS open. Is it going to be enough? Are we going to catch him in time in terms of turn 2? He goes really defensive to the inside. It's not going to be enough, but we're going to have the ideal line going into this corner here, and we're going to try and get on the power early. We get up the inside of him, and we're going to send it now up the inside of this corner. He's still there, hanging on around the outside, but we get a lot better momentum going through this corner, and we've got the position done here, going into sector 1. Oh, it's going to be a close end to this Grand Prix. He's right up behind us in our gearbox now, going through this mid-sector. We should be able to hold on to it. We've been punted again. We've been pushed a bit wide by Rogue. That's probably about the second or third love tap I've received, and thankfully no wing damage, I don't believe, to Rogue yourself. Do let us know about your race, Rogue. How was it from your opinion? But I'm really enjoying the racing at this point. So in the final lap of the Grand Prix, we're approaching the final DRS zone, and he's way too close for our liking. This is really going to compromise us going down in here. When he gets this DRS open, it's going to be OP, so we're going to have to be really defensive with our line. Not too overly aggressive though. We're going to show him the inside line, which is not ideal. Going into this heavy braking zone, and he's already ahead of us. And so tight through these final corners. We had to concede the position there, or maybe we'd have been spun around. So coming into the final few corners, pressure's on now. He brakes nice and early. We do touch the back of him. We've got some slight wing damage, but we've only got a few corners to go. So just bring it home now. We've got our race winner with Dan in the house. He's really making a charge in this championship after joining late. And coming through the final few corners, it's going to be Rogue across the line on track ahead of us. But because of the penalties, that's going to promote us up into position 3. Ricardo P2, Vital Swiftness promoted to P4. And what an end to the Grand Prix. I was really sweating for that one, chaps, I must say. Dan 23 with a win, Ricardo, ourselves, Vital Swiftness, S Maitland, Rogue, and then we've got Slay, Golden Black Wolf, our teammate's been promoted up into P8 there. Then we've got Scrub, Unlucky Scrub in P9, DC Rapid with the final points paying position. Then we've got TTV, Skelly, who else we got? Immortal, Dirtor Machine, Corny Table, Hextall, and Daz. We had the DNFs of Alfredo again will have one incident, and we also had Fungus Pit with another DNF. What was your thoughts on the race? What did you make of the carnage going down into turn 1? I'm sure there's going to be a lot of penalties dished out, because that was quite appalling in my opinion. A lot of people's races, including Scrub, who was a championship contender, really got put out of the race in the early phases. But congratulations, guys. A good Russian Grand Prix. I hope you enjoyed it. Give me a like, give me a subscribe, and we'll join you again for another We're Racing video. Take care. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.